in the level anymore. Hello, friends. I'm Joe Drilling. This is On the Stick After Dark. We are returning to Castlevania by way of Dead Cells, and joining me at this time is Eric Allen with a sore throat.
Hi.
Kurt Adam, hopefully not with a sore throat.
No sore throat.
And Mike
I
Ailes.
say something funny, but my throat is sore.
And Mike Ailes with a sore wiener.
I would say something funny, but Eric's throat is sore.
Exactly. It's no laughing matter.
I was gonna say we're returning to Castlevania. What is a man? A pile of
miserable
DLC.
Little pile of DLC.
Yeah.
So I had to reteach myself how to play Dead Cells.
Uh-huh.
It's been a long time.
I lived in DC the last time I picked up this game.
Wow. That's been a while.
Like 4 years.
So
It's been a whole
at least
pandemic ago.
it's been a whole pandemic ago. Yes. And I'm gonna put on the Castlevania soundtracks. Apparently, there are a whole bunch of Castlevania songs.
Oh wait.
So I haven't. When I fired this back up, I got the little there's a thing where you look in the book at the beginning and it tells you about all the indie game characters who have been added and their various items. So that's how long ago, and that was however long ago. But I found Gordon Freeman's crowbar, which was neat. I haven't found, so there's a commando outfit and the Huntress's laser glaive are in this game now, but I have not found either one of those things
Laser glaive.
yet. Also,
Those sound like they would be from a fun video game.
yeah. Also, aspects were not a thing the last time this didn't exist the last time I played this game, I don't think. Or at least I don't
Collection
remember.
of jars or the...
No, you're on a little bit of, I can go to Discord if that's easier for you to keep up. The weird doctor in the basement who will give you an aspect, but you can't fight new bosses if you have an aspect, so I'm not doing that.
I have played this more recently than you, and there's a lot of the stuff that I have not seen either.
There you go.
They just keep adding shit to this game.
So Valmont's whip was always a thing. Also, the hot strat the last time I played this game was to get an ice grenade and then throw turrets out, pump your purple stat to the moon and throw turrets out as frequently as you could. That was the hot strat the last time I played this game, and I believe that is no longer the optimal strategy, if I'm not mistaken.
I kind of hope it's not, because I used to get really sad that you couldn't make a viable red build very easily.
So I'm bad at this game because I haven't played it in so long, but I feel like it felt like I was doing pretty decent at making a semi-viable red build. Also, there are colorless weapons, the crowbar from Half-Life is colorless, which means that it adapts to whatever your highest stat is what it gets the advantages from, which is neat. I found blueprints for 2 of the classic Castlevania sub-weapons, but I died both times before I was able to finish the stage, so I haven't actually unlocked them yet. Have I mentioned that I'm relearning how to play this game? The Holy Water and the Bible.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to agree with you that red was viable, at least last time I played, but in fact it was super viable until you got to the last boss, at which point it just fell apart. So I don't know if that has been addressed, because it was my favorite way to play. It was just because the purple and the green are more about setting traps and doing damage over time, and the red is more about just hitting stuff, and that's what I thought was the most fun to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd be inclined to agree with that. I'm gonna go red. So yeah, I relearning all these enemy patterns, just of the first batch of enemies that you find in the prisoners' quarters, that it's coming back to me, but oh boy, I'm what happened? Also, there's 3 other pieces of paid DLC. And 1 free. I got the free one. There's 3 other pieces of paid DLC that apparently one adds new opening areas, 1 adds new middle areas, and 1 adds new ending areas. I don't have those though. Castlevania
I definitely bought some of those.
Yeah, Castlevania is the opening area. So the first time you play, or the first time you get to the castle outskirts, you can find Richter and he points you in the right direction. But that's only the first time. After that, you don't
Does
see
he
Don't you
turn
anything
mean
his back
Frickta?
to you?
And all of the normal places are still here. So as you can see, that was the door to the toxic sewers. So now I have to go back and like search another branch that isn't
that?
because I don't want to go to the toxic sewers. So yeah, there's a trap.
Sounds like a
but I
nice
don't
place
wanna-
to me.
Yeah, right. I've just been there so much. Okay, so here we go, Castle Outskirts. And since it's one that I haven't been to, I get the bonus like loot. You can see a little icon.
My whole life is a toxic sewer. Am I right, guys?
Ah. There are also two of those doors. So I remember there being timed doors, but now there's also a door that's like kill X number of enemies without taking a hit. So I
there
didn't.
used to be the chests that were like that.
Yeah, so I missed this door by 25 seconds, so I still don't know what's in there. And then, yeah, 30 enemies, kill 30 enemies without taking damage to access this door. So I need to do that. And now Shinoa is your, the person you redeem your cells with in for
Klonoa.
these.
Cool. Haven't seen her in a
these
while.
areas. Yeah. So, yeah, you can see, like, yeah, I have the Gordon Freeman outfit. I was clearly paying towards the backpack the last time I was playing this. So I guess I'll keep going towards that. That seems like a thing that would be useful to have. I'm not going to reforge any of my weapons right now. But I will take...
I don't want to be
mutation.
uncharitable, but I do feel like I'm getting diminishing returns from the endless indie crossovers these days.
Yeah.
I'm
That's-
good, thanks.
That's probably true. I think at this point, I mean, for a while it seemed kind of novel, and it was also like, oh, like all these games and publishers and developers are kind of trying to lift each other up. But yeah, it gets to the point where it's just kind of like, okay, I get it.
It's fine. It doesn't. It's not a negative, but it's just not. I'm not
Not a selling
interested
point.
anymore.
Yeah,
It doesn't. Yeah.
I'm just gonna take
The returns
extra
diminished
life.
is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Especially because they're all kind of action games, so it's just like it just looks like the character doesn't really mean anything because they don't.
I mean, here I haven't like seen a lot of the weapons or any of them besides the crowbar from Half-Life. But apparently, I mean, I would hope that they would find interesting ways to make like the laser glaive and the shovel and the whatever else they've thrown in here. Work interestingly in under Dead Cells logic. So yeah, so you immediately get the Castlevania style like area thing. And my instinct is to whip the candles, but actually it doesn't do anything.
Why even make this DLC though?
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I have not even finished the first area yet because again I'm still kind of like relearning how to play Dead Cells, but obviously the Dead Cells art style being applied to sort of classic Castlevania enemies here.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Do you know if once you're in the castle, you stay Castlevania for the rest of your run, or can you like?
I believe so. I believe yes that I believe that getting into the like now every subsequent area will only be the Castlevania areas. It won't give me the shanty town or whatever, or the rooftops or battlements or
Right.
whatever. Yeah, I'm not
Hey, I recognize that guy.
positive.
Some kind of man who's a fish.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Well, I feel like he should be jumping out of a sewer.
Yeah.
I take it you don't have. Do you have directional whipping or?
No, oh, that was I'm sorry, that's another weapon I found. I got the nail from Hollow Knight, and that lets you attack up and down with it.
Oh, nice.
Just like in Hollow Knight.
Is there a noodle whip?
So I haven't this is the whip. This is the Valmont's whip that was always in Dead Cells. I haven't found the actual vampire killer, but I hope so when you have the vampire killer. I mean, clearly they're up for putting in the effort for, you know, whatever, because they did for Hollow Knight, so, or for the nail, I should say. So I hope so. Yeah.
You could use the nail to pogo over those spikes. That would be very true to form.
Yeah.
Yes, you
Or
can
use the whip to swing on those.
Yeah, it
rings
feels
that
like
you put in the background.
it feels like I should be able to do that, but I don't think I can.
Because the games where those rings appear, they're interactable.
Yeah.
They're not just decoration.
Right. But-
Did Dead Cells ever have a grappling mechanic?
I don't. Not that I remember. Do you remember
I
any
don't
kind
think
of
it had
grappling?
grappling.
Mechanic?
No, because you get upgrades throughout the game that let you do stuff, but they're mostly like teleport using the teleporter runes or like create vine platforms. I think.
Yeah, right. The vine. Yeah, right. You unlock that.
I don't think there was ever a grappling mechanic. I forgot that there was even this whip in the game. Or else maybe it wasn't there last time I spent
No,
much
it
time
was.
with it.
Well, maybe not the last time you spent a bunch of time with it, but yeah, it's been there for a while.
My
You
favorite
gotta,
thing
if
to
you
do
hit
is
things
always-
with the tip of it, it does like bonus damage. If you
Okay, so there's a cat. Is there also a dragon and a turtle?
I think there's just the cat, but I think you can use the cat as a weapon, like you could in Rondo of Blood. I think I read that somewhere, or heard that somewhere. You probably have to use that key that it gave me to unlock something
yeah.
that then
That was a
gives
very
you a
Rondo of Blood.
blueprint or whatever.
How are you finding the music?
I mean, what I've heard of it so far, I like. I don't feel like they, you know, did bad new versions or bad remixes or whatever. But I mean, I've heard some people say the quality varies because there are a number of tracks. I haven't heard them all.
It's Barkerville in here.
I'm almost positive that it is. I feel like that song's in every Castlevania game at this point. I think it's required by law. If you do a Castlevania thing, you have to put Bloody Tears in it.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with that song.
That's because you're in Barkerville.
It's really bothering me that you whip through the torches. And
It's
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, like I forgot that you had like a Dead Cells style, you know, health drink at all times. Well, not at all times, but when it's full. Like I totally forgot that was a part of this game. So for the first couple runs I did the other night, I was like, man, I know I'm like haven't played this in a while, but man, I got really bad at this. And then I'm like, oh, that's right, I can drink to get health back. Like I was.
You got a lot of spells on you.
Yeah. Okay, so I found the bat volley weapon, but again, like I have to find a place where I have to finish the level so that it's.
You have to put it into the pot.
Yeah.
I mean, can you turn it into a fart cloud? Is that a findable item? Is there a list? I should just.
I was gonna say there's probably a list. I actually kind of wanted to go in, you know, go in fresh, so I haven't looked at any of the like what all is included. I know there are 3 new boss fights. I don't know if that means that Dracula is an alternate fight. Like if you fight Dracula, if that counts as a clear, or if it kicks you to the final stage of normal Dead Cells, or what it does at that point, but I know that there's a bunch of weapons. I know the vampire. There's also like a way to get to a segment where you can play as Richter for like a short.
Yeah, I was gonna say you saying you didn't know
stage.
about characters, but I definitely saw bits where you play as Richter in the trailers.
Yeah, that's
I didn't wanna
apparently
give it away
like.
if you haven't seen it.
I mean, I was aware of it, but I have not seen it. Shit. Yeah, I had 38 cells. Camaristico says, "Hey fellas, what's up, Camaristico?" You lose half your cells on a death. Is that correct, Mike? Do you remember?
I believe you lose all the cells.
Every time I've
You
gotten
only
back to Shinoa... Oh, no, because I've done a stage. That's why I've done one stage. That's why I have cells when I get to Shinoa. Yeah, you're right.
The only cells that you keep are the ones that you offload between levels, I think.
Yeah, right.
So, bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't spoil everything, but I will say there's no fart cloud.
There is no fart cloud. Okay, well.
No fart cloud.
All right, stream over.
If there's no fart cloud, then just forget it.
Seems like
Yeah,
it's
I'm definitely
mostly the
considering.
classic.
I'm definitely thinking of picking this up because I have been a person who enjoys Dead Cells in the past, and also a person who likes Vania and Castle now and then. I just want to try and finish off a couple things that I have on the go. I feel I've got a couple games that have been on the back burner for a long time. Time to put some of them to bed.
Yeah.
These kids sleep.
When was the early access for this game? Is that
Oh god, 2016. I think early access was 16. It came out in 17.
'cause that was when I played it, so it's been a long fucking time.
Yeah, it's been around.
Yeah.
I will say, man, they got the movement controls so right in this game.
They're
Yeah.
very good, yes.
Yeah, the movement feels really good in this game.
I always thought that the idea to give you those speed doors was such a great way to keep the early game interesting, even after you've played through the early areas a bunch of times.
Yeah. Okay.
That's definitely a stroke of genius. IMO.
I think your opinion needs to be a little more humble, Mike.
I didn't say no. it does not.
Oh, let's see. I think because I
Makes
opened
no
that door,
apologies.
I don't have enough money for any of this stuff. But I will take the scroll of power.
Everything must go, but I'll make you pay for it.
It's deeply discounted, though, Kurt.
Right?
So he says.
So I
Have you
definitely.
have you seen the original prices?
Fair enough. I definitely remember now that I'm doing it that the kicking was. I remember liking the kick in this game because it can knock enemies into each other and the walls. But I definitely forgot about that.
Maybe that's how the wall meat gets there.
Enemies get kicked into the wall so
Before
hard.
Before every Castlevania game, the Dead Cells guy runs around the castle kicking enemies into the
Kicking
wall.
enemies into the wall.
Gotta load the wall units with a meat.
Been dead for a while. So I don't think this was in the game yet. But I also want to do the Castlevania stuff, so I'm not going to go to the Promenade of the Condemned.
That person being
Seems
dead
very
there is something that's been in the game for a long time.
Is it? Okay, maybe I just don't.
Yeah, because it's like the
remember.
tutorial person.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
I was gonna say I think that was when I played it.
Oh, well then I just don't remember the names of all the different areas.
Going way back. And the Promenade of the Condemned is, I think, one of the first areas. been in the game since the start.
And they still all on red. I'm all in on red.
Yeah, getting a good red weapon like there's one of the daggers that does like double damage if you attack.
Oh, there we
from
go.
behind
Here's
enemies.
the nail. I found the
Oh, the Hollow Knight nail.
Hollow Knight nail. So yeah, you can slash up with this, and you can slash down with it. And if you hit something when you slash down, you do bounce like in Hollow Knight. Let's see. Yep, there you go.
Oh man, it's the pure nail. That's the good one.
Yeah. Although the what is the prisoner? Is that your character's name in this game? I can't remember.
I guess so. Yeah.
The prisoner does not
Himself.
swing his nail as fast as the knight does.
Yeah, it's not as vigorous. I mean, maybe that needs to be that way for balancing, but I have a
probably.
feeling that would bug me.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that will be irksome to one such as I.
I've heard you
You
like
wouldn't like
Hollow
me when
Knight,
I'm
so-
irked.
Uh-oh. Hey, a thing. Oh, I'm cursed.
Oh.
Machete and pistol. I don't. That's a weapon I've never. I'll trade the kick for that just to see. I don't remember this weapon at all.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I'm only cursed for one enemy
It's
though.
supposed to be like the Bloodborne build or something.
Oh, maybe because I think there was like in the book with all the stuff about like these are the different people who have been through here, and I think there was something about.
They didn't really get a collaboration from, did they?
I don't know. They might have. I don't know. They got one from Valve.
I mean that's probably Sony probably owns that,
Oh yeah, could be Sony. Yeah.
right? Because they publish that, so I don't know, maybe.
Curse lifted.
I suppose.
I'd find that more likely that they'd get.
If they did, it would only be available on the PlayStation version of the game, I feel like.
Yeah, but the Half-Life thing is available in this version, and you'd think that would be like a Steam exclusive thing potentially, but it's in this one.
I don't. Valve kind of doesn't give a shit.
Yeah,
when it
I
comes to
just
making
think
money.
of like Sonic and All Stars Racing Transformed. Like the Team Fortress car was only in.
This weapon is based on weapons from Curse of the Dead Gods.
Oh yeah, okay, it did mention that. I don't know what that actually is though. So yes, thank you, thanks, Kurt.
Yeah.
I want to say it's an overhead action game, like Binding of Isaac, kind of.
Yeah, okay.
But I could be wrong. It also could be a. No, it is that. I was right.
Okay.
Yep.
Then I have no idea. I've never played
Well-
that.
Yeah.
So that came out right after Hades, like won all those Game of
Oh.
the Year awards, like in early access. And so it was something that I have been eyeballing, but with another Hades on the precipice of going into early access, I might just wait for that. It's supposed to be good. I've heard mostly good things about it. It's on my wish list, actually.
Yeah, well, I still need to finish off the seemingly unending Midnight Suns. But I actually did was that last? No, the night before last, I polished off Norco, so got that one in the
Oh,
books.
Nice.
Did
I've
you like it?
started that.
Yeah, I did like it. I think I'm just not like Mr. I don't want to call it a visual novel exactly, but like it's a very
Game.
text-heavy game, and when
Yeah.
when there's not a lot of like weird stuff happening, there's whenever you get like a half-hour stretch of just like talking to people, I do occasionally find that to be a little long. I just think I'm not the number one target market for games like that. I like them better when they mix in mechanics more regularly. That's why I enjoyed Strange Horticulture and Citizen Sleeper. Like those were games where I could just kind of sit down and play for a long time. But
pretty fucking
Norco's
weird, though,
writing
right?
and art and music are all superb. Like just extremely good and weird and
Pretty cool.
continued to be surprising right up to the end.
Which ending did you go get?
Well, I don't
You
want
don't have
to
to be
spoil
too
too much.
specific, but,
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say I chose the stay ending.
Okay. That's all I need to hear.
I was gonna start it this weekend, and then for some reason, my brain said, "No, play McPixel 3."
Oh.
Your brain was
So I
Sure,
did.
your brain wasn't wrong.
My brain was not wrong.
How far
Inside you,
how
there
far
are
I'm
did
two
you
done.
get?
Erics.
I found all the
Yeah.
gags. I knocked all that out Tuesday.
Yeah,
Finished it. It was
It's not that
very
much.
enjoyable.
but
That's
it's
No,
the
very
Eric
silly.
games.
I think if there was more, I'd have sort of lost steam. But
Yeah,
um,
it's just
the last couple
silly.
of things I needed to knock out were for Steve.
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 Steve sucks. Lol.
Yeah,
Or
that was.
one of the best. I mean, one of my favorite things in that game is when you're one of the Steves where you're like mixing the items together.
Mm-hmm. When
You
you're
look like the
cooking,
I don't think
Mars
I've done.
fighter.
I did
No,
I did
no,
laundry as
the
Steve.
other thing. Yeah.
Doing laundry as Steve was good.
There's one where Steve is like a
Yep.
mad scientist
I know what you're talking
combining.
about. Yeah.
I haven't
different
found that one.
items
I haven't
together.
found that one
Okay.
yet.
That's a good one. It's very good.
There's an achievement that came up when I knocked all that out. Where is it?
But yeah, Norco is pretty weird.
It's very good. It's I occasionally find the genre not to be my liking, just the interaction
Yeah.
with the
That
game.
game's
but
pretty tight,
the
though.
content of Norco is top notch.
Yeah. The stuff with the alligator is great. The shadow puppets.
Yeah, that part was great. I had a really weird glitch late in the game,
Oh, no.
in one of the boat sections where, like, I zoomed out to look at the map and then it zoomed back in, but like too far, and then everything went upside down and I couldn't see anything that I was doing. Like,
Weird.
the
Okay.
interface was upside down, like
Great.
the legend of the map, but I couldn't see where I was, and I was like, so is this supposed to be happening like this? But after a little while, I realized it kind of wasn't. So I had to redo that section.
That sucks.
Well, it was the end of the world. It's just that I thought the game was almost over, and it wound up being one of those nights where I wound up staying up later than I meant to because I had a little bit more game than I thought, and then I had to redo like 15 minutes of it. It actually crashed twice in that section, or one time it crashed and one time it glitched.
Weird.
So it goes.
I don't. Okay, too important. How many times did you pet the cat?
4.
Okay. Okay. And how many times did you click on the makeup on the detective's desk?
Just the one. I knew what would happen.
Okay.
You had talked about what happens, and I decided that was not for me. That sounds like it would be a fun thing to do if I ever played the game again.
I don't know that it really changes anything, but
Did you find a long lost friend in the bayou at the end?
sure did.
Wait, did you take the same ending as me, or did you do a different one?
I did both.
Oh yeah, the librarian is in this game too, and he sells you things.
I'm interested in this.
Thank you. I don't think he says that. I could buy something from him, I guess, and find out. Let's
Can you jump up underneath him and knock him out of his chair?
Doesn't seem like it.
Not my library.
But anyway,
Yeah,
For-
right. Hashtag not my library.
For people that like strange horticulture and Citizen Sleeper, you should check out The Pale Beyond,
The Pale Beyond.
Yep.
which is very similar to those games, but is you are hired to be the second on a ship that is making an Antarctic expedition to recover a ship that disappeared 5 years ago.
Okay.
And then your crew gets trapped in the ice, and it becomes kind of like a resource management thing.
Hilarity ensues.
Well,
if
Once
people
every-
dying of
Once everyone goes
frostbite-
completely mad.
It's like a really grim 80 days.
yeah,
yeah,
it's good, but
Yeah.
it's kind of like it doesn't have nearly as much writing. It's like Citizen Sleeper, but it is kind of similar rhythm where you're like, there's a bunch of sailors and people in your camp, and you're like talking to them, and you get to make
They're
dialogue
sailors.
choices that will determine kind of how loyal they are to you. I don't know if you've ever read or watched Dan Simmons' The Terror.
I have
Has a lot of that in it.
It's reminding me a bit of Gods Will Be Watching through your description.
Yeah, sure. Not entirely dissimilar to that, but it's more like you have like a certain amount of you have sailors to do work, and then you have food and coal to keep the boiler going, and so people don't get frostbite. And there's just a lot
Pale
of
Beyond.
trying to decide which of those things is most important to you. It seems like it's actually designed to be played through multiple times.
Oh, so it is
Which
like
is-
a grim 80 days.
Kind of, yeah. But I've found myself just kind of like, instead of learning the mechanics by failing once or twice, I just like a branching save system where you can like delete a couple of weeks worth of saves and start over from a previous spot. And so I found myself just doing that and trying to keep I'm trying to get like a good ending right off the bat so I don't have to play it again. But
All right, I have wish listed it, but also I don't know how far out we are from Dredge. That's definitely going to the top of my
it's in a couple weeks.
couple weeks.
Yeah,
Dredge is definitely
it's
shooting
the
to the
week
top of the
before
narrative
Resident
game
Evil,
pile.
isn't it?
I think that's true. Whoops.
I'm not gonna play Resident Evil 4 remake right away. I might eventually because it
March
does look
30th.
really good. But
Same.
3
Oh
weeks.
fuck.
That's soon.
Same same day.
Hey, Alex.
That's-
Yeah.
Hi. Hello. Yeah, I
all
don't
right,
know.
so you
I
guys
haven't
will be all
decided.
worked up over creepy bug people, and I'll be all worked up over creepy fish.
It's actually the week after Resident Evil, so
What's the
I
week
might
after
be-
Resident Evil? Sorry, I just
Dredge.
came in the middle.
Dredge. There's a game called Dredge.
Dredge.
Yeah,
I don't know
it's
about all
a
that.
creepy fishing game.
Yeah, I think you're on your own, Mike. Sorry, I can't
Yeah.
follow you down that
Oh,
road.
actually, no, I thought
No,
I
he's
thought
not.
Kurt and Anthony will, and
I'm very excited for that game.
I really, really want to play it.
I thought that was the one you were just talking about, Eric. I think I conflated those two games. What was the one you were just talking about? That's
Pale
like the
Beyond
Terror,
and Dredge.
the Pale
Pale
BS,
Beyond was the
that's a
Arctic.
creepy Arctic expedition game, Joe.
Yes.
Come on.
But they both involve
Come on.
boats, from my understanding, though. So you know.
Yes, that is true.
I love. There's a lady that in the Pale Beyond. There's a lady that is the kennel master. A+ for me. I love that character.
All right.
Good to know.
Okay.
I like the salty engineer is quite fun to. I'll give you a,
Is
I'll
that
give
how
you a
he-
secret. He loves
is
it
that-
when you make sarcastic comments to him,
that
and
how
that's
he-
how you
Nice.
get his loyalty up.
Is that how he tastes, or is that his attitude?
I can only vouch for one of those things.
He didn't
Wow.
get that ending.
But I mean, he's been on a boat
Happy
for
ending.
6 weeks, and
Yeah,
then
any port in a storm. Is my point.
he's been on a boat for 6 weeks, and then on the Antarctic ice for 13 weeks or something like that. So
That would make anybody salty.
So he's like the Ileana from Midnight Suns. You just go dark every single time you talk to her, and she loves it.
mhm.
We stand
just
a
did,
goth
there's
queen.
I just did a scene last night where you take over the captaincy at some point. Spoiler. And so one of the guys who's loyal to the old captain has an accordion, and he's written a song that they actually perform in the game where he sings about what a shitty captain you are, especially compared to the other one. And one of your dialogue options is to smash the accordion.
Oh. I kind of wish
Um,
that the song would be like reactive to how well you've been playing.
Maybe it
I know
is.
it's a
I
lot to
don't
ask
know.
for.
But he's one of the few people that still isn't loyal to me, that still doesn't like me. So.
You gotta work at it more.
hmm
Hey, Joe just picked up the Alucard shield.
And the
Now you
Alucard
gotta find the
sword.
shield rod. Boy, that's hella OP.
Is there a shield rod in the game?
I don't know. You looked at what all the, you looked at all the stuff. Is there?
No, 30%.
Okay.
I just thought it'd be fun if I asked.
Hmm.
Can you use
Makes
dog
extravagant fountain.
Mm-hmm.
Can you?
It seems like Kurt has already purchased Reg.
I have.
No one answered my question.
As soon as it was pre-orderable, I'm like, yep, I'm in.
I only heard part of your question, Alex.
Can you use dog?
No, So I know you can at least play as Richter. I don't know if you can play as Alucard, but certainly the prisoner cannot.
Well, that's fucking stupid. This game's bad now.
We've already established that.
Dead Cells is bad. You're wrong. It's great.
I think what was the thing? Actually, what was the thing that
Because
we established?
You can't whip the.
You can't whip
can't
the. Yeah, you can't whip the
the
candles.
candles.
Oh, dude, fuck this game.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Never mind. You're right.
We've been playing for about 10 minutes. I'm like, it's really bothering me as you walk past and whip stuff. And
Hey,
they
it's
don't
Maria.
disappear.
Fucking, you're gonna make a Castlevania DLC, and is there no meat in the walls? There's gotta be meat in the walls. There's meat in the walls in Dead Cells. There's gotta be meat in the walls. And fucking.
Joe, would you say you just met a girl named Maria?
Yes. Oh, I have the Maria Renard outfit for I can unlock now.
This is fully grown Maria. It's not as much fun, I feel like.
Can she throw a cat?
If something were to happen to him, I'd throw a dove in your face.
That's fair. Doves are good. I want to play Rondo of Blood. Thanks. I mean that.
For as good.
Okay, so apparently now I do have the cat. The cat is one of my support attacks. It seems like he just follows me on his own though, because hitting ZR doesn't actually. Oh, there he goes. I was hitting regular R, not ZR.
ZR, what the fuck are you playing this on?
Switch.
Jesus
What the fuck's
Christ.
wrong with you, dude?
I bought it on Switch like fucking 5 years ago. Like, I don't know, man. What do you want me to do?
It's
I wasn't gonna rebuy it. Yeah, right. I was gonna say I wasn't gonna rebuy it on Steam.
Why not? It's like $2 all the time.
Is it?
I guess there's like a bunch of DLC now, so it would probably be like, I don't know, like $15.
I don't think Joe has any of the other DLC.
Right. Well, there was one free thing that
This
I
is the only
got, but
paid
this is the only
DLC.
paid
Yeah.
DLC that I
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
It's $15.
There you go. That's a great price for like one of the best games of the past like 10 years, at least.
That's
It'd be $25
It's a good
because
game.
you need to
Dead Souls
rebuy
is
the
fucking great.
Castlevania part.
Dead Cells is pretty. Alex is right. Dead Cells is pretty good.
Hey, do you
I
like
just I never
Castlevania?
found
Yes.
I never found the build diversity to be that interesting to me, and so replaying the same areas kind of lost the shine. Kind of came off.
It's
after
not about
that.
builds, it's about like getting the most out of a build. You know what I mean? Like cranking up the difficulty and just like, can I perfect dodge all this shit? Hey, surprise, I like this game.
I was gonna say this sounds incredibly on brand for you.
Are
Yeah.
are you playing Wulong?
No, why would I play that shit? Fuck that.
It's pretty good, but it's
Is it?
another like counter game, so I don't know much more.
I'm gonna
It's,
upgrade Maria's
it's-
cat.
It's just fucking the
Wow.
new Neo
Whoa.
game.
The
I
first
don't-
it feels a lot like faster than Neo, where Neo was kind of like slower in animation priority, like Dark Souls. Feels more like playing like Ninja Gaiden or some shit. It's pretty good, but there's still a lot of countering and stuff, so I don't know how much of it I'm gonna play. But also,
I mean, I played
it has
Sekiro. You were the one who didn't like Sekiro.
it has really confusing stats in it.
Oh,
Like,
I'm sure.
It's like Paco level counterintuitive stats, especially some of the like the encumbrance stat like just doesn't make any sense to me in a way that it's like listed backwards almost. It's very silly.
Okay.
But if you like being a cool guy with a sword, Pretty good. It has like some like weapon swapping in mid combo, or like you can do it has some cool moves where you can do counters and parries while weapon swapping to do like bonus damage and stuff, and some of that stuff is pretty cool.
I assume it's on Game Pass. I would have.
It's
to
on
assume,
Game
right?
Pass. That's how I've
Yeah.
been playing it. Yeah.
Sorry, which thing are we
Yeah,
talking
but
about
not-
now?
Wulong.
The new Souls-like
the
thing
Soul-
from
from
the
the-
Neo team.
Yeah.
And the producer of
Team Ninja.
Bloodborne,
No.
right? I think so. I think someone who worked on one of the actual Souls has worked on that, I heard.
Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, no, I'm not. I'm good.
To me, it seems more interesting than the Neo games did.
I mean, I played Neo 1 and I liked it well enough. I thought it was fine, but you know, I'm not about to like. I don't trust Team Ninja to make a game like that. That's all. That's really all it is.
I'm not sure
I
I
thought
trust Team
Neo-
Ninja to do
This-
much at all anymore, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say this feels like the better old Team Ninja, the way it just feels to me.
Masaaki Yamagiwa, I'm sure I butchered that, worked on, he was a producer, worked on Tokyo Jungle and Bloodborne.
Tokyo Jungle. Hang on.
Those are two
Now I'm
pretty good. Those are
interested.
Those
two
are-
pretty interesting video games.
It's true.
Bloodborne is the greatest video game of all time. So I mean,
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah,
I've
that-
said that
that's-
many times.
It's still not yet penetrated.
It's one of the top.
Eric's,
It's one of the top 5 Soulsborne games ever made.
There's more than 5 now, so that actually is a compliment. I'll have you know.
it's a very faint praise.
I don't think that's faint
mean-
praise for Eric.
Those games are all
Especially.
pretty good.
Like for me, that would be faint praise.
It's better than Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro.
Dark Souls 3 is good.
I didn't say it was
Sekiro
bad.
is also good.
I would say Sekiro is like the only one of those that I actually really liked. So, all right, Elden Ring. I liked Elden Ring. I've been enjoying Elden Ring, I should say.
Okay.
You should come play Elden Ring with us.
Yes, I should play more Elden
Although
Ring.
I
with
don't
you
know
guys.
when the next time we're gonna get to play it because
This weekend.
Anthony
Anthony won't be back.
Yeah, I was gonna
Not
say.
back yet.
Well, fuck Anthony. We'll play.
I was saying
with
you can
Joe
just play
instead.
in.
Yeah, fuck it.
We can do that. Yeah, I was gonna say last weekend when you were suggesting, I was like, yeah, we should play, because I remembered that I created a separate character to play with Joe when we played on stream.
Yeah, I
Right.
made up,
Well, I mean, we can use the
Pokemon
same
Puzzle.
characters
Well,
and
I
just go
told
into.
Anthony that I would.
We can
not.
have Joe host the game, and then we'll be where he is, or you or Alex could host it and save mine for when Anthony's around or whatever, or
Yeah.
whatever. Who cares?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The way we make progress, he's not there for 3 hours. He won't miss much.
And listen, if I had my way, 3
Uh-huh.
hours would be an insurmountable amount.
He'd join the game and just everything would be on fire and poisoning him and going crazy. He'd be like, what the hell just happened?
We'd just be in the final boss, like that's all.
So I guess maybe we're about to find out what happens if you fight Dracula. Oh no.
I mean, I
That's-
like that
this
the
isn't
candles
Dracula.
lit as you went past,
Yeah, that-
but
This here's a ranking of the Soulsborne games from easiest to hardest.
I'm sure that it's wrong.
Who's
the
wait? Who is the
easiest-
who,
The easiest.
who's the
the
author?
easiest is Elden Ring.
100% sure that it is wrong.
Well, no, that's why I want to go over this.
Yeah,
with
who's
you.
the author?
Alright,
Who's the
alright.
author, or what's the site? Like,
Yeah,
what's the
no,
source?
where's the source?
It's from Den of Geek, written by
Okay.
Aaron Greenbaum
That
in
fucking
July of
guy.
last year. So, shout out to
That guy,
that guy.
I don't know.
that fucking guy.
All right, he says the easiest one is Elden Ring, which I agree with.
I would actually agree with that.
Yeah.
No, the easiest one's Demon Souls, but I would. But
No,
like
Elden
Ring's-
Ring's definitely. Well, his next
maybe,
one
'cause, you know what,
is
Elden Ring, you
Demon
can-
Souls.
Yeah, because Elden Ring you can summon, and then on top of
Yeah.
that you have.
You got
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Elden
no,
Ring
yeah,
is
you're-
way easier.
You
yeah,
got the
Elden
Episodes
Ring's-
deep.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
But general, I'd say there's probably there's some difficulty with the final bosses. Maybe that's.
Well, the
that's
Reaper
telling
just
me.
fucking wrecked me, which
Most of the rest of that game can be pretty easy if you summon and
Yeah,
if you use the rock sling and whatever. All right, then Demon Souls, the remake.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then Dark Souls 3.
All right.
Then Bloodborne.
That's wrong.
Then Dark Souls.
That's the fucking stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, you got to move Bloodborne has to be ahead of Dark Souls. Then Dark Souls 2.
Absolutely. That's the fucking. What the fuck are you talking about?
I would say Dark Souls 2 is definitely much harder than Dark Souls, but it's probably not as hard as Bloodborne.
No, Dark Souls 2 is not very hard.
It is if the DLC is in it, especially. And also, there's nothing in the.
When was the last time you fought Fume Knight? You know what I mean? Everyone was like, Fume Knight's so fucking hard. It's like,
It's pretty hard.
play it now. Play it now. You know what I mean? Play it in a post-Bloodborne society. And
I
tell
haven't
me that
played
Fume Knight's
Bloodborne.
hard.
Yeah, well, Shrine of Amana is pretty brutal.
Shrine of Amana
Also,
has never
Dark
been
Souls,
bad.
Dark Souls 2
That's-
has a ton of stuff that is really hard, especially if you don't summon people, because there's a lot of bosses that have a lot of ads and stuff. It'd be difficult to
I
manage.
mean, those bosses are usually easier to compensate. Like, just... And Shrine of Amana is not hard. You just need to roll.
How many
That's
times
it.
you played through Dark Souls 2?
I beat it 3 times.
Okay.
And then once in Scholar of the First Sin, I think.
Right. Well, I played through it once the regular way, and then Scholar's First Sin I played twice.
Well, I
so-
played through it less times than that.
No, I
It
played
might
through
have
it
been-
3
it might have been-
times.
It might have been 2 times. To be
And I
honest
played a
with you.
ton of it co-op with Maddie at one point also.
Yeah.
But we never finished it, so. Anyway. Then Demon Souls remake,
Is the hardest?
and then Sekiro is the
Wait, I
hardest.
thought you already said Demon
So this
Souls.
list
I
is-
misread that. He had Demon Souls, the original. at the
Original
bottom.
lower,
Okay.
and then okay.
Which is ridiculous. Neither one of those games is very hard.
Neither one of those games is fucking hard at all. I mean, not.
And then
I
Sekiro
shouldn't
is
say
the
that.
hardest, which is definitely the case.
That is definitely not the case. The thing is Sekiro.
Here we
is-
go.
Yeah, let's
Mute
fucking
Alex.
go. I'm ready.
Let's mute
No,
Alex.
Sekiro is the ultimate example of like the whole Dark Souls thing, where people are
Uh-huh.
like, "Oh, Dark Souls is really hard," and they get like thrown off guard because then they
No.
went to fight the skeletons early on.
If you
know
can't,
what I
if you
mean?
can't time your, you just
You-
can't. You
the
can't play that
timing-
game if you can't time the parries. You can't play that game.
Is more generous than
No,
you
it's
think.
but it's
No,
not
it's
generous.
not.
Fucking
It's not
enough,
generous
jackass,
enough.
or I would have been
No,
able
it's
to play
not.
the fucking thing.
Well, then you guys are fucking scrubs. That's really it.
Right,
Like,
that's why
there's
it's
no-
the hardest game on the list, because you can beat all those other games without having to interact with that mechanic, but you can't beat Sekiro if you can't do that. So
Is that bad? Is it wrong for a game
it,
to make
I
you
didn't say it was.
interact with its
Nobody
system?
said it was bad. They
That's
just
fair,
said it
you
was
didn't say
makes it
that.
harder than the other fucking games.
which is true.
Right, which is 100% true.
Anyway, it's not hard.
Get dunked on.
What I hear is
You're better at
And-
Sekiro, but
and
you're not better at
Alex is
arguing
like,
about which of these
this-
games is the hardest.
this
It's not-
this
okay,
game relies on a mechanic that I really love and I'm totally good at,
Right.
and thus
I'm
it
not
is not
totally
hard.
good at it. I'm fine at it. I'm like neutral on it.
But see, all those other games, except maybe Bloodborne, have alternate paths for you to get through them, whereas that game doesn't.
Hey, this door was open this time.
Alex is secretly Daigo. That's what he's not telling you.
To- Oh yeah, the
But, I
rapier.
mean, if we're talking
is-
about the best ones, then we already know it's like Demon Souls,
Fuck you,
and
man.
Dark Souls
I
2,
already know
and
what you're
Elden
gonna say, and
Ring,
It's all stupid.
and then the Demon Souls remake, and then
Yeah, the fucking
Dark Souls
dog shit.
1.
Yeah, you know what I like? Shoveling shit in my mouth. Eric Allen, quote unquote.
Wow.
Alex just isn't really capable of appreciating the finer points of those games. He likes the
I
ones
didn't
that
like
have the
Demon
most
Souls
parries.
very
Listen,
much
man,
either.
go fight the monkey at the bottom of the valley in Sekiro, and then fucking talk to me about appreciating the finer things in life. That's all I'm gonna say. Those of you who out there who know, you know.
I
If
mean,
you
we've all,
know-
That shit fucking
we've all
rules.
we've all seen the footage. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but it's different to do it. Just be like, oh man, that was fucking hard. I can't believe it's over. And then a fucking worm pops
I mean,
out of his
all those
fucking
games
headless
have
body and he comes
at
alive
least
again.
some
You're like,
bosses that do that.
"Fuck."
Yeah, all
Yeah,
those
but
games
this
have
one
at
was
least a
really
boss or
good.
two that does that. I'm
It's a
saying
really
it's
good
cool.
surprise.
Also,
Play
I mean,
Sekiro.
listen. The back half of the original Dark Souls is pretty rough, my friend.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
None
true.
of Dark Souls has the
Absolutely,
worst
that's true.
part in any of those games that I've played through, which
Yeah,
is
Lost
the
Isles
Lost
is fucking
Isles.
dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking dog shit. Everybody knows.
Does
that.
what?
How do
You don't like the ass dragons?
All my
I
homies
like
hate
the
ass dragons.
I just don't like the fact that there's just a giant
There's a boss that
A
is
giant
just
open-
RNG.
there's a giant open area where there's just like 100 dinosaur butts. That's the whole area. It's really something.
Well, and like I said, there's a boss that is literally just RNG. There's no like, oh, you can get better at it. It's just like you either just get lucky.
Run
and
between the
win,
hands
you
or
don't.
not. Yeah. I'm glad that they kind of stopped doing that.
Making shitty bosses.
Well, no, but there was like there's the Dragon King in Demon Souls, and there's the Witch and
Yeah, but
Dark
the
Souls.
fucking anytime they tried to do a puzzle boss, it
Mhm.
never worked out.
Right, they went from a not good one in Demon Souls to a much worse one in Dark Souls. But anyway, those games are pretty good. I gotta say, you're fucking up them fish, man, this time.
Yeah, well, I got the 2-minute door after the first stage, so that gave me like a super high-powered weapon, so that's
Elite
helping.
Harpy.
Anyway, play Sekiro.
I
Play
I
Bloodborne, you fucker. Why haven't you played Bloodborne yet? Fuck
We've been over
Sekiro. I
this.
mean, I like
mostly,
Sekiro, but, like,
mostly at this point, just because it bothers you that I won't play
Mhm.
it. As soon if they ever put out a decent frame rate version of that game,
Yeah,
then I'll
I
give it
feel
another
that.
Wasn't the
shot.
PS5?
That's what
If
we
you
all
play it on
want. That's what
PS5,
everyone
isn't
in
it?
the world wants. No, it does not.
No.
No, it
We were
doesn't.
all
You
hoping
don't give a
that
fuck
would be
about
the
your
case,
PS5.
but it's the way the game is like literally like coded that
Yeah.
causes it to be fucked up like that.
A lot of those the Dark Souls 1 and 2 also have that same kind of fucked up thing. That's why you had to mod Dark Souls to make it playable on PC.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
And it's why Dark Souls 2 had fucked up weapon durability because it was tied to frame rate. So if you played it on a PC, higher frame rate, it would double
Yeah,
the
man.
rate in which your weapons degraded. It was great.
It was good. Honestly, people complained about that. I was
Actually,
like, no, man, this is fucking great.
I thought it was okay because it meant you actually had to engage with the mechanic, whereas you
Yeah,
never did in other
exactly.
games. And it meant you had to, if you were on a long exploratory mission, you had to have at least 2 weapons because your
Yeah,
one
it
would
was
start
good.
to break down. Yeah.
And then when they changed it, it was like, oh, it's just like a normal Souls game now.
Right.
Like, it
Now I
wasn't
just
special
don't care.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah,
Now it's
exactly.
so they degrade so slow you might as well just take the mechanic out of the game.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean in Dark Souls it really only existed so you couldn't use the special abilities on some of the rare weapons too often. You can do
Now it
like
just
the
doesn't exist at fucking all, which is probably the best
fine.
way to do
It's
it.
fine.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't, but it was cool for a minute where
I actually felt like in Dark Souls 2 the unintentional version of it was the best implemented weapon degradation system that I'd ever played. I actually liked it.
I actually agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Dark Souls 2 is good. Like, as much as I'm like, oh, Dark Souls 2 is not as good as the other ones, I'm like, yeah, like, that's the thing to remember. Even Demon Souls, which is my least favorite Souls game, is still like a fucking good game.
Original
Like,
Demon
fucking
Souls or the
excellent.
remake
Even
of Demon
Sekiro,
Souls?
Yes.
which is my least favorite, it's still a good game. It's true.
It doesn't matter. I don't really consider them to be like that different. I know, I mean, they are different, but like I
What's
get the
that?
same amount of
The
Demon
remake
Souls
and the
versus
original.
remake. Like,
Yeah, I mean they're playing them is pretty different experience. The way they rebalance
I mean, it
and
is.
stuff,
One's just
but-
a little. One's just more modern than the other. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like yeah. I'm not like one of those people who's like the remake fucking ruined this thing, but that's because I don't think Demon Souls is that great.
They changed
There's
the
stuff
one
I
thing.
like
The
about
only
Demon
thing in the remake that I don't like is that they changed the Maiden Astrea music.
I was literally gonna say I was like the new music sucks ass and they committed the greatest crime of all, which was changing that boss
Yeah.
fight. 'Cause that boss fight is like one
That's
of the
one
like
of the high
sort
points of this series.
Yeah, it's
Just,
exactly. It's like one of the like quintessential Souls fights in a weird way because it's like kind of not even a fight, but without spoilers. But you know, that shit rules.
It's true.
There's no other. Let it be known. Like that's one of the best parts of that game. And
Plus, if you don't have to fight the frame rate in the poison swamp, then what's even the point? Right? They should have made the rest of the game run at 60 frames a second, and then just had the poison swamp
The
run at
swamp
like
be like
12,
10.
just for good old time's sake.
Yeah, old times. That's old times' sake. We all loved it so much back in the day.
Yeah. Same thing with Blighttown and Dark Souls. No
I
matter
was-
what you're
I was
playing it
about to
on,
say,
it should
Dark
the
Souls
frame rate should
remastered.
always be sub 10, just because that's how it's supposed to be.
So Alex, have you played? When's the last time you loaded up Dead Cells? Have you played any of the DLC?
Several years. No.
I was blown away by how old the game is.
Probably what, like 2016?
That was,
2016
I think
early
it-
access, I think.
Yeah, if it was
2017.
20, it was either really late 2016 or really early 2017 was on the.
That was just like a total like guess I pulled out of my ass. I'm surprised I was
Yeah.
right.
And then it came out in 2018. But still.
So yeah, I don't know. I like this DLC. I like the. I'm actually like, if nothing else, I'm glad it made me pick this game up again, because I actually do really like this game, and I put a bunch of time into it when I, you know, when it was new to me, which I have a physical copy, so whenever the physical edition of the Switch version came out is when I got it. But yeah, it's been years since I booted it up, and it's still really good.
What did I do?
Oh, Eric, what the fuck did you do?
Oh, I accidentally paid for 2 months of Humble Bundle stuff I didn't want.
Yeah.
Does anybody want a copy of Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous?
Is that the first one or the second one?
That's the second one. That's the one that was my game of the year last year. That they've patched a lot, and every time the patch comes up, I'm like, man, I should go back and finish that.
I thought you did finish it.
No, I never. I put like 80 hours of it, and I never finished it because I played so much of the, like, I sticked around so much in the meta game part of it. But hey, if anybody wants a copy, apparently I have one.
I have the first one on whatchamacallit.
Because I signed up for December so I could get Wasteland and where the water tastes like lime for $10, and then I forgot to cancel.
You could maybe write to them and get them to cancel it for you. I did that once. Probably less so if you start giving codes away.
Yeah. Wow, that's a. I don't even know what else is in this bundle. Well, I probably can't get the February one back, but I probably get my money back for March. So there's nothing in here I'm not.
Yeah, a month later it might be a little hard to make that argument.
That's why if
There's
anybody
not
wants,
a whole hell of a lot in the March bundle. It's
there's like nothing. Yeah. I'm gonna play some more Scourgebringer. That seemed pretty neat. I played that in early access and then never played it. Fallout 76. I don't. Did
I
any
want
of you
that.
ever? Did
With
any of
real
you ever
money.
play that once they added people to it or stuff?
I played it pre-people.
Which game?
Fallout 76.
I did.
Post
For a little
people.
bit.
Post
That-
NPCs, which is a fucking crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
Remember when that Fallout game didn't have NPCs?
No. Although I have a friend that plays the shit out of that game.
Still?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't know. Does anybody want this 120-hour RPG?
I already have it.
How far did you get?
Couple of hours.
Okay.
Like, I need to come back to this.
There's some fucking mind-blowing stuff in that game. There's also Thronebreaker is also in there, which is a pretty cool Witcher thing.
Yes.
know if you ever played that, but
Yeah.
I played a bunch of it, and then I think Anthony played through it
He did.
last year. He was talking about it a bunch.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
What is it exactly?
It's like it's kind of like you like explore a map and collect resources.
It's a Metroidvania.
No, it's not like an action game. It's like I mean, it's a little Heroes of Might and Magic-y, but not as deep as those games, especially on the combat level. But it's a little bit like that, where it's just like it kind of isn't like anything else I've ever really fucked around with before.
Well, I do like Might and Magic games a lot. Years of. That was from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Huh. Weird.
Well, listen, if you want to try it out, I'll give you a code.
If you're already committed to that month, then sure.
Yeah, I don't think
If
I'm.
you
They're
think
not
there's
going
any
to.
chance you can talk them out of it, then don't.
I don't think they're going to give me my money back for February. I don't know. I kind of want to play. Did you guys ever play Scourgebringer?
I don't believe so.
Just looking up some pictures here. Oh, is that one where you're it's like a platform where you're a little tiny character and
Yeah, you can like zip around the maps
trying
and
to
stuff.
not touch the ground all
Yes.
the time.
Yes. The floor is
Fast
lava.
action roguelite.
Oh, boy.
Their
It's actually
trailer
pretty
says
fun.
it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it looks alright.
They're all like that now.
So it looks like a fine game.
66. Fuck my entire goddamn life. That is not high enough.
Nice job.
Yeah, I fucked up. I finally got the boots I wanted to drop, and they're fucking rolled like shit.
Good job.
Thanks.
What's the opposite of a god roll?
A shit roll. 66 isn't that bad, I guess, but somebody's gonna beat me.
What are
Better
you
than
playing?
shit, worse than god.
What do you think I'm playing? 14.
Mike said God Roll, and the Destiny stuff just came out, so I thought maybe you'd gone back to that.
Yeah, fair enough. No, I've heard. I don't know what the
I've heard
problem is,
Very
but
mixed
I've heard.
things about it.
Yeah, people are like not hot onto it, or not hot on it. But everyone seems to agree that there's a new Strand subclass, which is like, hey, what if all classes had a grappling hook? And everyone's like, Strand is fucking tight. The
Yeah,
game
that's
sucks,
same.
but Strand is tight. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but like, I don't know. Oh, I got the boots. Sweet. All right. Thanks, everybody.
I did get my money back for the Witch Queen stuff, which
Oh, that's good.
I almost had kind of wished that I had played that, because that seemed like people actually liked that a lot. Yeah.
I'm fighting Sailor Moon right now.
Dodging plants a bomb. Dodging plants a bomb and damage from projectiles are reduced. It does the same thing, but better than the one I already had. And I can recycle it into money. Neat.
Dodging plants a bomb. You know what they say? The best time to plant a bomb is 20 years ago.
When you're
but
dodging.
The second best time to plant a bomb is right now, or when you're dodging. Yes. I don't. How do you break those?
Is that
platforms?
secretly about buying real estate?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to break
Yeah,
those.
the best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago.
Oh,
Yes,
I
yes,
see.
yes.
Yeah.
But the second best time is right now.
Mm-hmm. Go plant a tree. Trees are good.
Fucked up my rotation.
Can you fucking believe this guy?
I know, dude.
He talks shit about how good he is at Sekiro, but he can't
Kick.
even hit a rotation in an MMO for old ladies.
Not for old ladies, it's for everyone.
Cursed treasure? Fuck it, YOLO. Cursed treasure. Let's do it.
I
Gimme.
haven't dropped my dots at all, and that's a big deal for me because I drop my dots
You
constantly.
only, you only live once, Joe, and probably not for very long.
Especially since I just... But I'm going to get a fire grenade 5++ off of this, so...
Uh-huh. You just can't get hit for 10 kills, right?
Right.
Piece of cake.
It's not bad.
Sinew
Sometimes
slicer.
they're like 30.
That seems like a lot. It applies to any enemy though, right?
It's
So
any damage, even like environmental hazards will kill you instantly. So.
No, I mean to get rid of the curse.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they can be easy enemies, but
That one's
the
too
kind of
high.
thing that I'd only take like a cursed chest if my run was a little bit fucked, and I was like, take a big swing, and if this works out, then maybe I'm back on track.
I'm just taking the swing for the fuck of it, Mike.
But
You know what's
the-
fun to do on a swing is to like twist
Swing
it
on it.
all up, but then have it untwist real fast.
Yeah, that's true.
Ah, fuck.
I was gonna say we got one, but apparently
Just one. All right, I'm gonna give it one more go, and then we'll call it a night. So we'll see how this goes. This game, the thing that I always felt about this game, apparently is still true, which is the game itself is not that hard, but the bosses are real motherfuckers in this game. So death was
yeah, those pretty fucking hard bosses.
But also, death in Castlevania games is supposed to be that way. So,
they should make it so when you're in the Castlevania area, when you get hit, you get like knocked back 5 blocks.
Suddenly you can't alter your
Posture
jump midair.
fucking goes to shit suddenly.
hmm
I like that if I recycle the starting items, I only get one gold for recycling a starting area item. Like this shitty fucking shield. Alright, so getting the 3-minute room. Fuck. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Getting the 3-minute room really helped, but since I'm like working on just fucking getting killed in the first room with enemies, I don't think I'm gonna make the 3-minute room again. Or the 2-minute room. 2-minute room. But I'm gonna try.
Laser beam.
Part of that
Sorry.
humble bundle is that you get the Pathfinder DLC for $5.
Nice.
It's pretty good 'cause it's $30 and it's like 2 campaigns. So maybe I'm not that sad I ended up with that.
There's just too many fucking games to play, man.
There's too many games. How likely am I to ever get back to Pathfinder? Very unlikely, unfortunately. But
I mean, like,
I
was
gotta
like,
survive
oh,
the Antarctic, and then I have to shoot zombies in Spain.
I was like, cool, I'm gonna play more Disco Elysium, and then I found out how fucking long that game was. I was like, ah, shit, I don't know if I'm ever gonna play more Disco Elysium. I will,
That
but
long.
like, I mean, I read somewhere it's like 60 to 80 hours. I was
No,
like,
no.
Okay,
20 to 30.
Okay, that's what I was.
Yeah.
thinking,
Maybe
is I-
40 if you like really like scrape
Okay.
the bottom of the barrel.
I'm
trying to
glad
do
we
that.
Yeah,
had this conversation
agree.
then, because in my brain I thought that's what I
No,
assumed
no.
the game was.
That's
Yeah.
more like, I played through it in different ways, fiddled with this and that, but yeah.
Okay.
Alright. Every build, every
Nah, I don't care about that. I just
Every
kind of want
possible
to
resolution to each conflict.
Yeah, see, my
That's one of those games where, like, I
total
wanna-
playtime is 37 hours, and I played it to completion and then played through the intro a bunch of times, like trying to do different things and mess with different skills and stuff. So
That's one of those games where I want to beat it and be like, I beat it the way that made sense to me at the time, and that was what the journey was, and then I'll
Yeah.
never play it ever again.
that's,
That's
what
what I
that
did.
game is supposed to be.
I was
Yeah.
at 41 hours,
Okay.
and I, didn't,
Well, then
didn't
I'm
rush.
glad we had this discussion because that had scared me off of it, and I started playing other stuff instead. But now I can go back to it.
40 hours is already making me.
I say that feels
Back to that
that feels really long for a
I
game
thought it was
of that
20 and I
type.
was-
It is. You can finish it in like 20, 25 hours.
Yeah, I mean, I explored all the little nooks and crannies I could. So.
I'd rather catch a creepy fish.
D-
I think I may have spent several hours trying to get Kim to dance because I couldn't pass that fucking skill check. So I just
I mean,
like
that's
saved
fair.
saved
Saved
scum
scum.
for a lot. Yeah.
I did find out something surprising. That's a major spoiler, so at some
But
point
it was
Eric and I will talk
surprising.
about that when everybody isn't here.
I say if I
Or at least
How about that
Sound
thing
like
at the end, Kurt? That was pretty cool, right?
Yeah,
That was
exactly.
fucking cool, wasn't it?
That was
I thought
really
it was
fucking
crazy
cool.
that like
It's before
Dracula
that.
was in it.
It's not well. It's close to the end. It's like the transition into the end. You know, you know. I know you know.
I know what
I'm
you're talking about. Yeah. I'm talking about what happens before that.
Okay, I'm done.
Although I still think my favorite thing in that game is when you find that dead body and then you go and tell the lady about it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
You mean
the
the
best
start
thing
of the
that's
game?
happened so far
No.
No,
Later
it's
in the
much
later in
later.
the game, on the other side of the map, you like just stumble across a dead body that's been
There's
there
like a
for a
pier.
while,
Yeah.
and then you can choose to, as a side quest, you can choose to investigate it, and then if you figure out who it is, then you can go to the house of the woman of his wife, and like you have to
Actually,
get
you can
your
also
shit
get,
together enough to tell her what happened, and that
you can get a
seems-
quest before that where she tells you she doesn't know where her husband is.
Mhm.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about now because I remember somebody asking me where their husband was.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's dead.
yeah, well he's
Yeah.
yeah. All right, figure that out.
But that's not really the
That's not the important part.
Oh, it's
Right.
okay. I know who it is now. I was like, I couldn't remember who it was. I remember somebody saying that. Now I'm like, oh, I remember. Who that was.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, what's
Anyway.
up, Joe?
Can you do me a favor? And since you were looking at the Castlevania content earlier, can you look at where to find the laser glaive, and determine if you think it's anything I have a chance of figuring out on my own, and if not, just tell me. Because I'm very curious what...
The laser glaive
what
is a range weapon that is focused on dealing with multiple enemies.
Yes, that I know.
That's
It
what
bounces.
the laser glaive is,
Yeah.
It bounces. That's what's on when you go to buy your laser glaive at the store. That's what it says on the box.
It bounces.
The laser
Yeah.
glaive from Whammo.
Hey,
It
kids.
bounces.
You know, for kids.
Exactly.
Also, I forgot this giant cartoon mallet is in this game, and I fucking love that this game has a giant cartoon mallet as a...
Well, I can get a discount on this DLC because I own all the other DLC.
Yeah, there was like a bundle of all the DLC on the
Yeah,
eShop,
that's what
but I
it is,
was
yeah.
like, I question, like, I'm really enjoying this, so now maybe I will buy the paid stuff, just because I am like, well, maybe I should play more of this.
I've literally never played any of the other DLC. I've just bought it to give them a tip, more or less.
Hey, the Holy Water Blueprint.
Well, I mean, it's just. Do you want me to tell you what map it's in?
Sure.
It's in the first map.
The prisoners' quarters or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. That's where I found the nail and the crowbar, so I guess that makes sense that it's in there.
It seems like that's where you get the machete and the pistol is from there.
Yeah.
Looks like the hyper light drifter sword is in there as well.
Yeah, and probably the shovel, I'm guessing.
I don't see that listed here.
Man, I don't usually do video game art books, but I would almost be tempted to buy the art book for Norco just to see some of those scenes that go by really quickly when you play the game.
Uh-huh.
You literally get to see a lot of the backgrounds once for a few seconds,
Yeah.
and there's these massive, multi-layered, kind of staggering things.
Are you guys gonna get the Tunic art book?
Yeah.
I might pick it up next time I buy something from Fangamer. I get a lot of shirts from Fangamer, but also they
Yeah.
cost a fortune now. They were always
Do they?
expensive, and they've gotten even more expensive.
I used to buy stuff from them at... Oh,
PAX,
all right, Challenger
right? Didn't
fun.
they just have a
Yeah, I was
booth
gonna
at
say at
PAX
PAX
where
or
you
at
could buy it?
MagFest, because that like at least that way I would not have to pay like shipping on top of like how expensive their stuff was. But Megan still has, on her jacket she has the Phoenix Wright Attorney's pin that I got her at like the first PAX East we went to, I think.
I haven't even looked at Fangamer in a long time.
Me neither.
I
Actually.
treat myself to
Oh,
one of their
man, they have
t-shirts
a-
about once a year.
They have a giant special edition Celeste.
Yeah.
All right, baby, Challenge Rift, let's go.
but not the PC version. Looks like it's just Switch or PS4.
Blueprint for Crow's Foot, Golden Amulet.
I don't remember the.
Oh shit!
Hollow
2
Knight
extra
one.
jumps in midair.
Oh, it's
Fuck
either
yeah!
there. There is a PC version of the Hollow Knight one.
Of the Hollow Knight.
Special edition.
Collector's edition.
There's
Nice.
like a collector's edition for Hollow Knight. What else do they have? Tunic, Celeste, Stardew Valley, Undertale, Spelunky.
Jesus.
I don't know, man. I love Hollow Knight a whole lot, but I don't know that I need a
I'm gonna pay
brooch.
$80 for a brooch. What about a Celeste magnet?
Is it just
I would not
of
pay $80
Maddie
for Celeste
or
Magnet.
The Celeste one's only $64. So.
Jesus for a magnet?
Well, no. It's
Oh, the
for a
special edition.
Special
I got it.
hard edition of the game. Yeah, it comes with like a.
I already
soundtrack
own the
and
game.
A bunch of stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but
Actually-
you can put it on a shelf.
I'm not like super into buying physical
Yeah.
games.
I haven't in a long time. Those are 3 Celeste, Hollow Knight, and what was the other one I just said?
Tunic?
It's just definitely not Tunic. Oh, Undertale. Those are. I would put those on a shelf somewhere. I like those games enough. But probably not a giant fancy edition for $70. I need that.
Yeah, that's a bit much. I think for me it really depends on like the super fancy pants Contra special edition from Limited Run. Like I splurged on that, but that's because it's Contra. Normally,
Yeah.
that's like a hard sell for me. But
I'm glad you finally
Oh.
tried that out after I told you about it during the
Yeah.
NES drafts. Remember?
oh yeah,
Like,
right.
Because
Yeah.
I would draft it and you'd be like, "What's this?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it's
Yeah.
this really
I was
cool
gonna say,
game
you're-
where you run around
What
and
the
shoot
hell
guys."
is that?
I'm glad
Yeah.
you finally came around to Contra, Joe.
Yeah.
Like, traditionally, like, that's not really been your thing,
Yeah, it doesn't seem like something I'd be into, right? But you know,
right? It's not like a thing you would get a tattoo of on your arm or something.
no, nothing like that.
Or generally speaking.
I mean, if
be
you
like-
liked it that much, you would have thought he would have drafted it in the NES drafts, but
Right,
yeah. Unfortunately,
right. It's true.
Will this giant mallet break through these floors? What the... Mike, do you remember how to break through these fucking floor tiles? Like, what am I forgetting about this game?
they're the ones that have like the little red arrow on them. I don't remember how to do that either.
I'm in a dungeon now, otherwise I would come look, but
I don't really see it on the screen, so I'm not sure. I will say, Joe, I feel like you're not rolling through enough doors. Pro tip: roll through some doors.
Mike's right.
This is like the great Mega Man, like, slide or jump through the boss doors debate.
Everybody jumps through the boss.
That's correct. Everybody jumps through the boss doors, but there are some people who lie to you and claim that they slide through them in the games after 3.
Well, I don't consider those people because they're lying.
Yeah, I mean, exactly.
Like, what's the problem?
I don't. As long as you kick down the doors in Resident Evil 4, I don't care about all the rest.
Could you suplex the doors?
Sadly, you cannot. Well, maybe in the new
Maybe
one, maybe in the remake,
yeah, maybe
they've
they'll
added that
fix it
feature.
in the remake.
Maybe they'll finally let us kick down or suplex the doors instead of merely kicking them down. Also, this giant cartoon mallet that I'm using as a weapon tends to smash through the doors before I would have a chance to roll through them. Hi, cat. Thank you.
All these dumb shirts.
So we in the 14 like raid static today, we had our tank quit, so we needed to find a new member, and so we got somebody, but we discovered that they have a cat, and the way we discovered that was because just in the middle of raid we just hear meow, 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 and we're all like, hey, so you have a cat, huh? And they're just like, yeah. It's pretty good. We're all like, no, cats are cool, it's fine, but just like literally it was just constant like meow, meow, meow.
They didn't just
they
have
do
a
that.
cat; they had a bored cat.
Yeah.
It literally was, yeah, it literally was that. And I mean, they even said like they woke up from a nap and are now like, hey, why aren't you paying attention to me? And it's like, yeah, that's cats. But
True
anyway, it was
story.
funny. Yeah. I'm sorry, Joe. They can't all be winners. Jesus.
And there's a really dumb pink Maya Faye from Phoenix Wright shirt that I would never wear, but I don't want to
But
buy.
I'm thinking about getting.
Yeah,
Which game has the pink shirt?
for Phoenix Wright.
Oh.
That's dumb.
Oh.
No, anyways.
I just want
I just,
everyone to
I
know
just
that
bought
I'm
a
running
dumb shirt for
Nice.
wrestling the other day. So
Which one?
Rustling.
I bought that FTR one they wore when
you
they
did?
came back the other night. I did buy. They had tall sizes. I couldn't resist. You know how rare it is to find a printed shirt that comes in tall size. It's literally never happens.
You gotta go for it when you
person,
can.
Let me tell you, I don't know.
It's always a crapshoot when
I
you're
mean,
over
that's how
6
I
feet
feel
tall.
when I buy shirts. It's because they're designed for people who are taller than me. So
Yeah.
I'm
Not
like,
only that, but I like long shirts, so that wouldn't be a problem. But for me, it's
Yeah.
like I'm lucky if I can find one that covers up my fucking belly button. A lot of times, I can get a shirt that's like wearing a fucking trash bag, but it still doesn't cover up my stomach.
That's
Great.
called a Walmart medium.
Yeah. So most of my shirts are Carhartt because they make tall sizes. Are actually tall.
Okay, let's see here. So what? So now I have enough cells to just unlock the holy water. I have the bat volley. Oh, you can finish the cross. Let's finish that. Throws a cross in front of you. It returns after a few seconds. Yep, that sure is Castlevania cross.
Castlevania Cross, what?
Dead cells, is it?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
the, is that,
Yeah, that's true.
is that the Rondo carriage?
Yes. Oh, wow, you're on big time stream delay if you're seeing that right now.
Well, I don't know. You were just there when I looked and now you left. So I don't know how far back. How long were you hanging out there?
Not that long.
Okay, you smashed the door. You smashed a green guy.
I'm in like the shop
Running.
right now, so
That's what I say.
Are you interested in
Smashed a
this?
skeleton.
I'm interested in this.
I thought about that fucking YouTube video like a little while back, and I just watched it like over and over again and just laughed like hysterically.
Which one?
I'll link it to you later. It's just literally like it's just Alucard. It's like a song where like they mix together Alucard saying like I'm interested in this like over and over again. It's really funny. It's a meme from like 10 years ago. We're old, Joe.
Yeah. Well, last year was it or
Yeah,
was
that's
it
we
a
only
couple of
measure
years
our
ago?
lives,
Yeah.
and we only measure our lives in meme span now.
Yeah.
Welcome to the dystopia.
Well, like a couple of years ago, it was like
I just coined the term meme spam.
Yeah.
Span. So
a couple of years ago. It was the 20-year anniversary of All Your Base, and I was like, oh my god, like that.
That makes sense to me.
I mean, it does, but that's like that was like
Yeah,
the
I know.
first big like viral video that I remember seeing. Especially that
I
was
interviewed
like,
the guy who did the song
oh really?
for my university newspaper.
Well,
sucks.
What did he have to say for himself, Mike?
I don't know. I need to go and find the article. Been fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I was on the ground floor of memeing.
Yeah, shout out to us.
Good for you.
We did a great
Good for you,
job.
Mike.
Impaler VL.
I definitely sent my friend a infinitely respawning goatsy.cx. Was that a meme? Would you consider that a meme, or was that just like a virus? Was it the same thing back then?
It's not funny exactly.
It's pretty funny.
It's probably on Know Your Meme, so
I think it also played a really loud voice clip of somebody saying, "I am looking at gay porn."
That sounds like a early 2000s or late 90s meme for sure. These are all tactics, so I guess I'm gonna upgrade the tactics.
I wasted perfect balance. I suck.
You fucking
You do
believe this
suck.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
do
know.
suck. Fucking
You should get that guy's
Amateur
cat to
hour.
come play for you. Yeah.
It
Yeah, right?
honestly is. It is. That's why I'm upset.
because it's amateur hour and you fucked up.
It's fucking amateur hour, and I'm the amateur.
The
Unacceptable.
guy in this game, his name is.
Yeah, it's alright. I got my chakra. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm leveling monk finally, and I'm almost done with it. And then there's a skill. There's all these different stances. There's all this different shit. But there's one thing that lets you ignore stance. And there's an AoE move you have where you just do a handstand and then spin. And like you can just do that anywhere. So like whenever I'm in town, I'm just literally doing backflips and just spinning like a fucking idiot. And people are like, "What is that guy doing?" And I'm like, "Nothing. Like don't worry about it." It is literally the stupidest thing I've ever seen, and in this game, and it's good. It's good. I was wrong about Monk a little bit. You can do backflips on command and break dance. That's worth something.
Come on, dude, you just gotta hit her once.
You have to equip like a +5 cardboard sheet.
Nah, this game's not like that.
Well, Joe, I think I'm going to take off, so this looks cool. I'll probably buy this eventually. Next time I'm in the mood to play some Dead Cells, which happens every once in a while.
It'll always be there for you, and they'll have updated it like 3 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say
last
there'll
time you
be
played
a
it.
bunch of updates that you haven't touched.
I'm really thinking, Joe, that maybe you don't have the upgrade you need to smash those floors.
Yeah, it seems that way, right? Like clearly there's something that I'm supposed to do to smash those floors, but I don't have it yet or whatever.
Well, you get on that, and I'll talk to you later.
So. All right, night, Mike.
Good night, Mike.
Bye.
This tank sucks.
There are a lot of upgrades in this area, which is nice, I guess.
What's your situation, bro? Probably bad. Oh god. Yeah, it's bad. Okay. It is.
So, listen, just because he hasn't played that much of the game.
I mean, it's an MMO. That's not how it works.
It's an MMO. That's
Say
literally
that
how it
is
works.
that is most of how it works, to my understanding. Oh shit, that's not.
Unless he has better gear and he's just choosing not to use it.
But that would be even dumber.
Awfully judgy there, Rio. Jesus.
Correct.
Poor guy who just wasted his perfect balance and was dropping his dots all over the fucking ground.
No, I didn't drop my dots,
Were they
actually.
dipping
That was the whole
dots?
thing. I said I was proud of that. because I often do.
All right, I'm not taking the cursed treasure this time.
Howard.
Not take it. Yeah, you're a little baby boy.
Look, man, it blew the run last time, and I'm having a good run so far this time. So
Can't be that good because you
it
didn't take
blew
the
the
cursed
run, or
chest
you
and,
blew
like,
the run?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you.
It's a poor workman that blames his tools.
Right.
well, I'm not blaming the tools. I'm blaming the curse.
But if you can't compensate for the curse, then, like, you know what I mean?
Then don't take the curse, which is exactly what I'm doing. Is not taking the curse.
Right. But if
So
you're,
yes,
like,
good point. I
afraid-
agree with you.
Just like get what's the
Good.
word?
Good. I think is
Yeah,
the-
actually, that is it. Thank you. I was having a hard time.
Nemesis, let's do this shit. And a flatline?
That's a very expensive key.
Don't mind if I do.
Wow,
That must mean
yeah,
it's
every
very
time,
useful.
dude.
Or it's a trap.
That's what that says.
I
on
mean, in
the
games like this,
box.
it's like both, right? It's
Yeah.
it's good, but it's also a trap. It's like you'll get a
Good
thing.
trap.
Yeah, you'll get a thing,
fucking
but you're
work for it.
you're gonna have to earn it. Mhm.
An opportunity.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Winner gets a set of steak knives.
No, winner gets a car. Second place, set of steak knives.
Second place.
Third
so
place, you're fired. Takes brass balls to explore Castlevania. Secret discovered. It's wall cake or wall pie or okay, Master's Keep is that way. Since I'm already taking forever, I'm not going to get any of the time doors. Let's just explore the areas fully. Because I've already headed towards the Master's Keep. That's where I got waylaid and had to fight death. So maybe if there's another way, if there's another area. Hey, it's Divine. Hey, it's Syringe. Tonic 4 grants you health as bonus health.
Is that SIR space YING? Syringe.
Yes, Syringe. Alright. Let's see if I can
Yes.
take care of death.
Yes.
I'm glad that you believe in me, Kurt. Someone has to. Okay. Only
Zion
21.
Farm says, "Sup, bro, long time. How have you been?" I have no idea when he said it.
Yeah, I'm the one playing, so I'm gonna assume that they're talking to me. So I've been good. It's been so long that I'm not sure who you are, if I'm being honest. So sorry for that, but if you're still there, if you remind me in chat, 'cause that sounds like a familiar message. Like this is someone I know in real life or something, you know. And we'll upgrade that, and we'll upgrade that. And we will
Just one hit. Yay.
We'll refill our bottle, and I guess we'll go fight death.
We're gonna cheat death.
Yes, the situation is positively dire, but at least the sky is gorgeous. Alright, we're fucking death up this time.
This tank is so bad.
Is it the one with the cat, or?
No, that was
Don't tank shame.
red mage. Our tank is good. Our tank used to be our caster.
Is it Max Caster?
Could be.
Yes, and
I don't know what that means.
your tank.
so I'm just saying-
Now it's
Okay.
Anthony.
He-
Now it's Anthony
like a-
Bowen.
Intentional bad rap when he comes out down to the ring to
Yeah.
play tank.
No, that happens. Yeah. Sorry, I misunderstood what you said.
Max Caster, you know.
Yeah. No. Okay. Now I get what you're saying.
Duh.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Duh. Like, I'm sorry. I just like spaced out.
I mean, if you're like me, you could have like an all-tag pay-per-view with AEW and be good with it. 'Cause you could have. Fuck man, I'd watch that. There's so many good tag teams in AEW.
That's true. You're not wrong. Got him. Eat shit, death.
Especially now that FTR is back.
Fuck yeah.
Fucking kidding me?
So much loot.
This death looks like kind of a chump, if I'm being honest.
He looks like the he looks like the Rondo of Blood death quite a bit, right? I don't know if that's actually better. That's not better than either weapon that I currently have. Not even close, in fact. It was probably better than my big nutcracker, my cartoon sword, or my cartoon mallet. So I'll swap it for that. Hey, it's Alucard. Strangely, he didn't remove all your powers and equipments. What? Passage. Okay, so apparently I do have to go. So I guess I kind of assume that that Drac is like now the final boss because I did this is the new final boss, but I still have to do some of the other stages, it looks like.
Yeah. It'll be like a regular Dead Cells run where it's
Right.
like 5 stages or whatever, and then but Dracula's at the end.
Right.
That is what I assumed the whole time. Limit break. We did it. Ooh. 69.
Silt
Pretty good roll.
Village. Nice.
I'm gonna lose it.
I don't remember either of these stages, so... Oh, it requires Fatal Falls DLC. So, okay, guess I'm not going that way. Oh wow, this is the second, or no, the battlements are the second stage, right?
I mean, there's
Got
alternate
standard.
second stages. third.
This is like the shanty town. I feel like this is earlier than the number of stages I've already done, but
I don't know, man. It's been years.
yeah, I gotcha.
I'm just like, there's alternate, so it's hard to say.
Whoa, whoa. Fuck.
Dr. Bread is here, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Bread.
Everybody loves
Is
Dr.
that,
Bread.
is he a bread that is a doctor, or is he a doctor of bread?
I'm not
They
sure.
call me
I'll
Dr.
have to ask him.
Bread. I'm not a real doctor, but I am actual bread. All right. Well, as I said, we're gonna give that one more try, and if
That was a nice run.
Yeah, that was not bad. And I unlocked a bunch of the. They got the whip sword. Or I didn't get it, but I got the blueprint for the whip sword. I got the blueprint for Death Scythe. I got the blueprint for Holy Water. I got the cross. I got there's some fresh stuff. And I do like that the game does have the option for a custom run where you can like only put in the weapons that you want or whatever, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm gonna call it a week. So I think if you like Dead Cells and you like Castlevania, this is probably a thing that's worth $10. If you like Dead Cells and just want more weapons and more stages for Dead Cells, it's probably worth $10.
I think you know if you want this already.
Yeah, yeah.
Like at this point in the year of our Lord 2023, like if you don't know if you want more Dead Cells and / or Castlevania, I don't know what we can say to you that will, like, if you want this.
Yeah, I guess I would say like people who are huge Castlevania fans who haven't played Dead Cells.
All three of you.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I guess like Dead Cell, the base game is on sale on the eShop right now. I don't know about Steam or like Epic or anything.
It was on
but
sale on
I was
Steam.
gonna say it
right?
probably is on sale elsewhere as well. I would say play the base game first before you drop an extra $10. But there's a chance that you'll like it if you like Castlevania. Like, I don't know, I remember when it came out, people were like, oh, it's like a roguelike metroidvania. And I was like, not really, though, because none of the maps are connected.
Right. You do get some abilities you play, but
Oh, I found a way to reach my father's. Your island houses a clock tower. You can only enter the Return to Castlevania DLC once per run. Okay, well, right. Oh, okay. So if I talk to Alucard, does that mean I just go straight into the Castlevania shit?
maybe.
Well, there's his shield right there on the floor. No, it doesn't seem like it. So I don't know why it popped up with that message that I can only access the Castlevania DLC once per run, because this is a new run, so I don't...
It's unsatisfying. I got 2 kills with the bow earlier, Alex.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You can, if you shoot that thing from the hip, it fires like a shotgun.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. Did you find the glaive, Joe?
I didn't. I suspect
I
it's in
assume
something.
that it's just like a random.
Yeah, like
maybe?
sometimes it's
Yeah.
there, and some like, similar to what I'm looking at right now. There's the weird shrine. There's the stack of bones.
Yeah.
So it's like.
I'm very curious how that works in this game. And if
Oh,
you
I
can-
think I know. I think I understand what Alucard was saying. So like, I think if I enter the castle courtyard from here, I can't re-enter from the clock tower later. So I have to go through the normal game and enter the clock tower, and then
you gotta fight the scissor guy.
right, yeah, right. The scissor man, please.
No. Why would you respect him like that? Scissor dude.
Scissor bro.
Scissor bra.
Scissor jerk. Scissor jerk. Eh. Scissor dark.
Yeah, so I think I have to go through like normal. That ruby key is always so expensive. Yeah, I have to go through I think the normal path, like, and get to the clock tower in Dead Cells, the Dead Cells clock tower level, which is just stage 2, right? One of the stage stage 3, I think, actually. And then I can access the Dracula fight from there. Is kind of what it sounds like. So.
What does the D on the grave stand for?
Dracula. I got you, dude. I got you.
I said I wasn't going to do another run, but here I am doing another run.
It's one of those games.
Welcome to Dead Cells.
Yep. Alright, let's head to the promenade. Maybe is it the promenade, then the battlements or whatever, which is I assume where I'm trying to get to. I guess we'll figure it out. Also, apparently they added achievements that weren't there before, because it keeps, every time I go to a stage, it's like, this is your first time in this stage. And I'm like, no, it's not. That's definitely not true.
Stupid fucking bomb. That's back, baby.
You're back.
I'm like hitting guys when I shoot at them and stuff.
Dude, I had a game yesterday with 6 kills.
Nice.
Oh, pretty good. Yeah.
That's very good.
That's Bangalore, especially, which was like not that's not a usual thing for me. But you know,
I love
yeah,
the
it felt
speed
good.
burst. I don't really get much utility out of the rest of her kit, but the thing where she gets a little speed burst when she gets
Yeah,
shot at, that's really
absolutely.
nice. Multiple knocks bow.
Yeah, sometimes you just, you just need multiple knocks on your bow.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Johnny Knoxbow. It's getting late. It's getting late. We can do the jump
I need
faster.
the gardener's key. I think I want to go to the ossuary. I don't think there's a... Actually, it's probably a DLC thing, because I don't remember that stage at all. I want to go up to the ramparts. So I assume the ramparts have the clock tower, which is where I'm trying to get to. I think. We'll find out, I guess.
That would make sense.
Yeah, it would make sense.
Yeah.
I don't remember there being a clock tower in this game specifically, so...
That's where you get Grant Dynasty.
Oh, I got the 8-minute door.
Nice.
Bunch of cells. Alright. Ice bow 5. Jesus. Okay, we'll put that... Oh, I didn't look at all this shit. That was fucking stupid.
Bean is a bean.
I was muted.
Hey, Kurt.
Kurt,
You fell asleep or something.
Yeah.
No,
I went
no,
to
I was
bed.
muted because the dog was barking.
Or
And
you
then
were
I
mad
forgot
'cause
after he
of
left.
They do
what I
that.
said about Bloodborne or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. I'm bugging out. Are we doing an Elden Ring thing this weekend? I'm playing Frosthaven Friday night. But I
I'm
will
working
be
Friday,
available
but I
later.
am off this weekend, so yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that's like very possibly a thing for me. And I like our regular D&D game is currently in flux for Saturday, so
Alright,
I might be around.
play it by ear.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, 3 of us will be here to play Elden Ring, probably.
Yep. Peace.
Yeah.
Bye, Kurt. Just...
I got a blueprint for Scheme. Oof.
That's enough Final Fantasy 14 for one day.
Is it?
Yes. But in quite a bit today.
Excuse me.
Damn.
Mm. How many shields do you need? I'm sorry.
Alright, I'll be right there. I can go to the bathroom.
Pure nail. Another pure.
You got it
nail.
again?
I did.
Good job, dude. I should play that game again. Fuck.
The game. I mean, the sequel's supposedly coming out soon.
It's not.
Too many goddamn video games. That new Heart Machine thing is supposed to be in early access this summer too, I think.
Yeah, that'd be cool. What was it? Hyper Light Breaker?
Something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I never played Solar Ash. Was that good? Anybody play that?
I liked it, but it's not like a must play. It's pretty light. You kind of like shields anywhere, huh? Sweet Beaks?
Who are you calling Sweet Beaks?
I don't know. That's what Mad Maggie says, I think, sometimes.
I think you're right.
I don't know what that means, but it's great. I like Keen as a bean better, because that makes more sense to me.
That looks like an imp from Risk of Rain.
Oh, kind of.
They
Yeah.
just activated whatever it was.
They take possession of the Mrs. Imp to you. Yes. I don't. What are those little things with the bows following you around?
I think they have a name. It's like the nail that I got has a mod where it summons them when I hit things with the Tom's place. Prisoner and Doctor
No.
Mushroomology.
I don't want to go in there. Whatever. Should just run straight across. Where did my wrecking ball break? Fighting. If we're gonna try and get him, we should go get him right now. Everything all right over there?
He just likes to make noise.
Fucking this spot.
What are you playing?
Apex. Sorry. I'm damn it. Shit.
Okay. Well, if there was a clock tower up here, I missed it. I don't know if... The Black Bridge, I think there's a boss fight this way. Interesting.
Only 2 squads left, damn.
I believe in you, Eric.
I'm back.
Guess who's back?
It's me. I did it.
That's the lyrics of the song.
I believe the boys are the ones who are back, right? specifically in town.
That's what they say.
That's what they
I'll
say.
say, I hear tell.
But I don't know if I believe them
Use-
or not.
Are you using a red build?
We were going. I believe we went over this before you got here, but
Okay.
yes, Mike and I were talking about how we generally prefer a red build, even though
Oh,
when we
gross.
last played, that was not the most viable build.
Yeah, I have no idea what's good anymore, but like
I mean-
purple and green were like always preferable to red. I did have some good red runs, but like, you know.
Red run,
green.
red run.
Purple really was the main one. I actually had one run where I just took a shield and I just parried the fuck out of everything, and it did this. I don't remember what it did, but it just like when you parried shit, it just did 1,000,000,000 damage, and I just did that. Oh, I like what you're doing right now.
I would say
By
this
right
is
now, I
Hollow
mean
Knight.
off.
Yeah, I'm just Hollow Knight bouncing on his head. Is what I'm
Yeah.
doing right now.
Yeah.
No. Apparently, red build isn't that good.
I told you that.
No. All right, I am for real ending the stream now, and we'll be back next week with something else. Bye, everybody.